From a 500-pound pet reptile to a 20,000-foot mansion that will knock your socks off, these are stupidly expensive things NFL players own. And up first, we have Tom Brady's legendary 600th touchdown ball, which is worth more than $500,000. Sheesh. Unsurprisingly, Brady is now the proud owner of this historic piece of memorabilia. However, he wasn't always the owner. During a matchup between the Buccaneers and the Bears, Mike Evans made headlines by accidentally throwing Brady's 600th touchdown pass into the crowd. Yikes, that's a pretty costly mistake. Thankfully, the ball was caught by Byron Kennedy, who happened to be a die-hard Bucs fan. This worked out in Brady's favor because Kennedy was willing to trade the item back to his favorite player. In all, Kennedy traded the ball for 2 Tom Brady signed jerseys, a Tom Brady signed helmet, a Mike Evans signed jersey, and a pair of cleats, as well as $1,000 worth of team store credit, and season tickets for 2021 and 2022. Even though this haul is a fan's dream, the trade was pretty one-sided, considering the ball was worth over $500,000. Kennedy needs some better negotiating skills. Speaking of negotiation skills, Blake Martinez has turned his love for Pokemon cards into a side hustle. Through buying and selling Pokemon cards, Martinez has pocketed more than $2 million. That's mind-boggling. But despite selling millions of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, Martinez still has an impressive collection of his own. According to Martinez, his collection is easily worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I don't doubt him either. His profile reads, Pokemon Card King. Hit up if you have any sealed or card collections. This dude loves his Pokemon.
Pikachu?
But Martinez isn't the only NFL player with a stupidly expensive collection. Cue Joe Hayden, whose shoe collection is equally as impressive. While it's no secret that NFL players are known for insane shoe collections, Hayden's collection might top them all. From a 2 of 18 pair of Jordan 12s to an Air Jordan 1 pair worth $2,000, Hayden's collection is truly elite. However, what really sets Hayden's collection apart is his pair of 2011 Marty McFly sneakers, worth between $10,000 to $15,000. It doesn't get much doper than that. Do you know what else is pretty dope? Tom Brady's private yacht, which is worth more than his first 5 NFL salaries combined. But before we explore this jaw-dropping yacht, let's talk about some of the weirdest expensive purchases. One of which was Antonio Gare's car purchase that sent shockwaves around the league. Because back in 2011, a Hello Kitty smart car was the last vehicle fans expected a 6'4", 320-pound nose tackle to drive. This was definitely a first for a player of Gare's size, and will likely be the last time as well. Let's face it, that dude has some serious balls driving that car around. What a bizarre choice of car. However, this purchase wasn't as bizarre as Michael Vick's $85,000 fish pond. One can't help but ask, why on earth would someone spend that much money on a fish pond? Believe it or not, there's a reason behind Vick's madness. Just not a very good one. Since Vick was about to head to jail for his involvement in a dogfighting ring, he decided to go all out on a pre-jail spending spree. This spree consisted of a $100,000 Mercedes, 6 horses worth over $400,000, and of course, the $85,000 fish pond. Considering that Vick owed the IRS money along with other bills in prison, the fish pond purchase wasn't smart to say the least. One can even say this was one fishy purchase.
Why you bully me?
Okay, come on guys, you gotta admit that was a good one. But enough with these bizarre purchases. Let's discuss Tom Brady's yacht. Wire 77s. This captivating 77-foot yacht is worth $6 million, and rightfully so. The yacht consists of 4 cabins, can sleep 9, and has a top speed of 45 miles per hour. With features this impressive, it's no wonder Brady loves this yacht. In fact, Brady spends many family holidays traveling on yachts, such as Christmas and New Year's Eve. But as expensive as Brady's yacht is, it doesn't even compare to this next purchase from Russell Wilson. Since moving to Denver, Wilson has wasted no time making the city feel like home, thanks to his family's new record-breaking mansion. Its price tag of $25 million is the most money anyone has ever spent for a single-family home in the Denver area. Given the house's historic price, it shouldn't surprise you that the house is out of this world. This stunning 20,000 square foot mansion features some awesome amenities, such as a basketball court, game room, movie theater, and, wait for it, a 2,590 square foot swimming pool. The only knock against this house is its 12 bathrooms. To say that nobody needs 12 bathrooms is an understatement. How outrageous. But do you know what's even more outrageous than having 12 bathrooms? Not subscribing to this channel! That's right, I'm talking to you. So, what are you waiting for? Subscribe! Anyways, let's move on to Darnell Dockett's pet alligator. Yes, you heard me right. A pet alligator, for crying out loud. But Dockett doesn't just own one alligator, he owns 2 different alligators, each weighing about 500 pounds. Absolutely wild. Dockett is fearless. Yet it gets better because Dockett also owns a tiger cub and once tried to purchase a $30,000 monkey. Dockett's whole pet situation is one giant insurance disaster waiting to happen. He needs to keep those predators as far away from the others as he can. On a completely different note, you gotta hear about Roosevelt Colvin's stupidly expensive cupcake shop in Lawrence, Indiana. Roosevelt isn't your typical cupcake shop owner, but his wife, Tiffany, loves to cook. It also turns out that Tiffany has dreamed of running her own bakery for quite some time. This propelled Roosevelt to invest in his wife's dessert-making abilities. The bakery is called Sweetie's Gourmet Treats, and it has been serving top-quality desserts since 2009. It has been so successful that Roosevelt even opened up a second location. Just as Roosevelt lived out his NFL dream, Roosevelt opened up Sweetie's Gourmet Treats so his wife Tiffany could live out her dream. Now Roosevelt gets to eat all of the desserts he wants. I'm jealous. Speaking of which, do you know what I'm not jealous of? Bryant McKinnie's $100,000 bar tab. Because, according to TMZ, McKinnie wrapped up an enormous bill during the 2011 NBA All-Star Weekend. During the event, more than 15 bottles of pricey champagne were purchased on McKinnie's tab, including bottles so bubbly that the entire club stopped to watch the drinks being brought out. Since the report, McKinnie has disputed TMZ's report about spending so much money on drinks. If you ask me though, he's just embarrassed to admit the truth. Don't worry, McKinnie, mistakes happen. Similarly, asking to take a jersey number from another teammate is gutsy. But that's exactly what Jalen Ramsey did after he was traded to the Rams in 2019. He had his eyes set on number 20, worn by Troy Hill, and was willing to pay up big bucks to get it. Eventually, Hill accepted an offer of $20,000, which made Ramsey's jersey number 1 of the most expensive numbers owned. However, it isn't the most expensive number ever bribed for. That title belongs to number 24 since Darnell Revis paid Mark Barron $50,000 for the jersey number rights in 2013. It turns out that some players are very attached to their jersey number, but is it worth spending thousands to own? Definitely not. On the contrary, Larry Fitzgerald made a smart investment in 2021 by becoming a minority stake owner of the Phoenix Suns. This investment put Fitzgerald in an exclusive club, as he is now one of 3 NFL players with stakes in professional team ownerships. The other 2 players are none other than Patrick Mahomes, who purchased a stake in the Kansas City Royals, and Aaron Rodgers, who purchased a stake in the Milwaukee Bucks. When speaking about this investment in a tweet, Fitzgerald says, "It's an honor to have the opportunity to invest in the Suns, a historic franchise with a very bright future. I'm blessed to call the Phoenix community and the state of Arizona my home, and I'm excited to make a long-term commitment as an owner, but more importantly, as a fan." Larry Fitzgerald is a real one for his involvement in the Phoenix area all of these years. And you are a real one too for watching this video. But don't be silly, watch one of our other videos!